The coordinates of three consecutive vertices of a parallelogram are given to us. We need to find out the fourth vertex. So let us begin. So we consider a parallelogram having the vertices A, B, C, and D. Now let's say the coordinates of vertex A, let it be -2, -1. Coordinates of vertex B, let it be 1, 0. Coordinates of vertex C, let it be 4, 3. Then coordinates of vertex D, since we need to find it out, we're going to label it as x, y. Now what we'll do, we'll join the vertices, we'll join the vertex A and C and the vertex B and D, which is going to form the two diagonals of the parallelogram. So in order to find out the fourth vertex, so what we will do here, we'll use the midpoint formula. First, we will find out the midpoint of the diagonal AC. So let's say the midpoint of the diagonal AC is at E. Then we can easily obtain the coordinates of point E. That's because we have the endpoints of A and C. So let's begin by finding out the midpoint of E. So first, to find out the x coordinate, what we'll do, we'll take the sum of the x coordinates of the endpoints. So the x coordinates are -2 and 4. So their sum, we take it and divide it by 2. And to find out the y coordinate, we take the sum of the endpoints of the coordinates, a y coordinate, and then we divide it by 2. So that gives us a value 1, 1. So that means the midpoint of the diagonal AC, that's 1, 1. The reason why we're finding out the midpoint of the diagonal AC, because we know that the diagonals of a parallelogram intersect each other or bisect each other. Since they intersect each other, they are going to intersect each other at a common point E, which means that the midpoint of DB, that's also going to be 1, 1. Now, since the midpoint of DB, the diagonal DB is also 1, 1, now we can use the midpoint formula to easily obtain the coordinate of the fourth vertex, that is the coordinate of point D. Okay, so that's simply E. We have the sum of the x coordinates of the endpoint, so that's 1 plus x divided by 2. And then we have the sum of the y coordinates of the endpoint, so that's 0 plus y divided by 2. And we obtain that this midpoint value is 1, 1. So now what we'll do, we'll equate, so we equate 1 plus x over 2, the x coordinate, with 1. And solving for x, we get 1 plus x equals to 2, or simply x equals to 1. Fine. Then we can also equate y over 2 with 1, which gives us the value of y as 2. So therefore, the coordinate of the fourth vertex, which is given by x, y, that's the coordinate of point D. So that comes out to be 1, 2. So this is going to be the coordinate of the fourth vertex of the parallelogram.